Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube channel video. You're here with your host GBHL James, and I am filming a lot later than we usually schedule a hobby vlog. Now the reason why none of us have been able to get a hobby vlog in for Monday is because I don't think any of us have managed to get any hobbying in, and as a result I am currently panic painting the 800 points of Isengard you saw me get primed up weeks and weeks ago. So for those of you that know about Sterling, the Scouring of Stirlingshire, it is an 800 point tournament, but 2-army tournament. Now, although I've not completely finished the Rohan force that I wanted to have done for it, at least you know, if everything goes wrong, if we look up over there, I can easily put together. Should we zoom in? I can easily put together 800 points of good, no matter what I scramble together. However, the priority at the moment has to be the evil. So some of you saw in a previous hobby vlog that when I spray primed these bad boys, that for some reason, even though I'd washed them, like some of you said that it might be some of the residue cleaning agent left on there, a lot of the black primer was flaking, and as a result that has meant that I put off doing this, as well as being incredibly busy, and then it was only last night where I actually managed to get my first, what was it, maybe what day is it today? I think it's Wednesday today, so yeah, it was yesterday. It was only yesterday afternoon, sorry, that I managed to get about 5 hours to get a good crack on these guys. On Monday night, I think I finished doing the priming. Was it Monday night? Yeah, because I was filming the Q&A. And then yesterday, I actually just made a start trying to apply all of the skin. So this is the stage that they're up to at the moment. So if I bring them in, so let's have a little look. I hope the lighting's not too bad. Here we go. So yesterday was all about applying the Doomball brown, which is kind of like a reddy brown as the skin for all these guys. There we go. That's a bit better lighting. Now I do have some feral Urukai here, which were kindly donated to the channel by James Squires, but those three are the only fully painted minis. So we do have the captain there, he's nearly done. We've got 11 Urukai warriors with shield, and then we've got, I think, 9 ferals, 4 berserkers, a shaman, 12 crossbowmen, and Vrasku. So in the few hours that I've had today, I've been just trying to get all of the metal onto them. I'm currently now painting a bunch of browns on, but Jamie has reminded me that we have no content today, so so I thought a panic painting, panic hobby vlog would work quite well together. Now the most worrying thing about all of this is I think I could probably get them inked up before I go to sleep tonight. It's just past midnight. And then maybe get sort of highlights and basing done tomorrow. But the most worrying thing is this: my leader, Saruman, mounted and on foot, still in box. I have no Grima either, so I am relying on borrowing there. So if anybody does manage to watch this hobby vlog who's going up to Stirling and has a nicely painted Saruman foot mounted and a Grima, preferably foot and mounted if you've done a conversion, and that would be much appreciated. So looking at these guys, I've actually been watching Damien's hobby vlog. So if I just go up to the screen there, you will see that I have actually been watching the GBHL YouTube channel, just to get some very quick colour inspiration. So the skin on all of the Uruks is Doomball brown. Obviously the armour and swords and all of the metal is bolt gun metal. And what I'm currently doing is I'm putting on the Rhinox hide onto sort of cloth areas and bag areas and wood areas, etc. And then I'm going to be using, I think it's Steel Legion drab on some of the other bits and pieces. And then I will be giving them a quick base. So wish me luck, everybody. I'm not particularly hopeful, I have to say, of these guys turning. I did actually want to do a really nice job on them. What I might have to do is just get them to battlefield standard, which are not too far off, I suppose, just for the weekend. I mean, I really wanted to spend some time on Saruman because he's a lovely model. But yeah, that is going to be my 800 points of evil. One thing I was toying with doing was I do have a pretty, I mean, I've not painted it myself, and it is in pieces, but there's a Witch King on Felbeast down in the cellar, and I thought, oh, well, maybe I'll just chuck him in there instead of Saruman, because I don't need Saruman to necessarily lead in any troops, because I've got Vrasku, the captain, and also the shaman, and I thought that might be a good substitute, and then I realised that I have actually sent off my Witch King on foot to Generation Shift. He's painting up some of our evil stuff. With that in mind, let's come up to the bookcase and let's show you something special. So you might have heard in the recent Q&A, by the way, I do recommend you guys, if you watched the Q&A, that you make sure you comment in Jamie's and that you get commenting before tomorrow night, because we've got a special edition tomorrow night, and that special edition is that GBHL Damien will be in the Speak Friend in Question with me. But I brought you over here for this reason. Jamie mentioned on the Q&A when it was asked who was the cheesiest player, and he suggested that I was the cheesiest player because I take a few outriders, because I can skirmish with my bow heavy force, and I also take Sons of Ale. But this is from the guy who glues axes to his Woses. Ganbury Gan has got some of the most underpointed troops in the game with the Woses and the Wood Elves, with some very good mid-range heroes that again are very cheap. He's also the guy who does take things like Shade, Dwimmerlake, and the goblins with the, what they call the Goblin Gundabad Black Shields. But this here I want to show off is what Jamie's going to be taking up to Stirling for his evil force. It is the Shade, which has been painted very kindly by Generation Shift. Now Generation Shift won the painting competition at the Desolation of Stockport 2.0, and I'm sure you can see here why. I believe that's one of his custom bases as well, which is pretty nice. And he's done a much better job on this guy than I did. I didn't realise, I actually sent him to him and it was missing an arm. Apparently there's an arm piece, but he's used an Army of the Dead arm there. I don't know if you can tell. I think this guy looks absolutely great. And he does not look out of place at all next to my Shadow and Flame showcase here. Of the Tree Giants, obviously Treebeard I painted myself. And for those of you that have not managed to see the wonderful Radagast mounted. The only reason I've not used this guy yet is because Shadow and Flame also have my Radagast on foot. I sent them 2 of these, so so hopefully I'll get that soon and I'll be able to use him. That was another consideration if I didn't finish my Rohan, was to just take Wanderers of the Wild for a bit of fun. But down here is what I need to finish with my Rohan for. So I have gone for a more Son of Ale heavy force, and as you can see from my last hobby vlog, I have made absolutely zero progress with finishing these guys off. I've just been so busy with the gym and work and with Jane and the wedding and just everything else. It's there's a lot to do. So these guys, they need finishing off. Their horses need painting, their hair needs painting, highlighting, and all of the bases need doing. So so that's a lot of work even with those guys. On top of that, I had been planning on finishing my actual Knight of the Pelennor model, and also repainting some of these guys. I do not think that's going to happen somehow. One thing that I'm also worried about is I don't have enough foot models for the Son of Ale dismounts, and I understand that there are a lot of monsters going for evil up to Stirling. So I might actually have to just abandon taking the list that I want to actually take, and maybe just take something else, maybe a little bit more fun. So that's been this week's hobby vlog. I probably can't spend any more time not painting these because it'd be good to get in bed before 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm absolutely goosed. But guys, wish me luck, and as always, make sure that you comment, like, share and subscribe. that you support your hobby, that you follow us on Twitter. It's very important that you follow us on Twitter. And also we do have the GBHL Facebook page, which we urge you to go and be a fan of. We will be putting up competitions and latest video releases, questions, and it's another good place to have some community involvement with us. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, make sure that you get your questions in for Speak Friendly Question, because it will be a special edition tomorrow night as GBHL Damien is coming up and staying at my house before Sterling. So as always guys, happy strategy battle gaming.